the ability to understand the concept of business communication. Communication is the fundamental aspect of human interaction and plays a very crucial role in virtual resume preparation, where they can learn how to create a effective resume. So some of the barriers may be, the hurdles or the misunderstanding may happen due to cultural differences. I welcome you all for the introduction session on the subject business communication. So it's a prescribed syllabus for first semester BBA. So the agenda of today's session is we'll be discussing about the syllabus of the subject business communication and learning outcome, the modules included in the subject business communication, then the internal pattern as well as the exam pattern of the subject business communication. Your syllabus for the subject business communication includes 4 modules, where module 1 is on basics of communication, module 2 is about written business communication, module 3 spoken skills, and module 4 non-verbal communications. Moving on to the learning outcomes. On successful completion of this course, the students will be able to demonstrate the ability to understand the concept of business communication. The students will gain a thorough understanding on the subject, what is communication is all about and why it is important in a professional setting. What are the process of communication, different models and the channels of communication. As we all know, the communication is the fundamental aspect of human interaction, and without communication, it's difficult to imagine a world without communication. Then the students will be able to learn the basic techniques of modern forms of business communication. So here they learn what are the tools and methods that are used to make this modern communication effective, and also the various social media and platforms for business purposes. Then to enable the students to acquire soft skills. So this course helps the students to acquire needed soft skills, for example, leadership, team management, and as well as other interpersonal communications, and the use of basic and advanced business writing skills. So here the students will learn how to write business letters like persuasive letter or complaint letter or an inquiry letter, and they will become proficient in crafting clear, concise and complete business documents. Moving on to the models of business communication, the first module is about the basics of communication. Communication is the fundamental aspect of human interaction and plays a very crucial role in both personal as well as professional setting. In this chapter, we will explore the core concepts that form the basis of effective communication. We will understand what is communication is all about, and we will look into various definitions on communication. So communication is a process of exchanging ideas, feelings, emotions or information between individuals or groups through various channels. Communication is important to build relationships, share knowledge as well as to achieve the goals. Then we will understand the process of communication and the various elements that are involved in the process of communication. For example, sender, receiver, message, channel, etc. Then we will study the communication models and the effective barriers to communication and what are the methods or models that form framework for the process of communication. And understanding the objective of communication is crucial, as the communication serves various purposes like sharing information or motivating, persuading or influencing the attitude of others. Then we have types of communication, that is verbal and non-verbal communications. In verbal communication, the communication process happens through the usage of words, whereas the non-verbal communication happens happens or the interaction between the people without using any words, that is either smiling or gestures or facial expressions, etc. Then we will be discussing about the principles of effective communication. It is famous as 7 C's of effective communication, which may include concise, clarity or completeness, etc. Module number 2 is completely dedicated to written business communication. So in this chapter, we will be concentrating more on the business communication, that is written form of formal business communication. We will be understanding what is written business communication is all about and the fundamentals of business writing, that it must be, include clarity, tone and the structure of the business written communication, etc. And always a good business writing will be concise, clear and tailored according to the audience. Then we will be looking into the various types of business letters, that may be inquiry letter or complaint letter or persuasive letters, business proposals, as well as what is report writing. Report writing is one of the crucial aspect of written business communication, where reports include a detailed information about some specific topics or the detailed information about the past events. For example, it may be sales report or performance reports, etc. Then we will be discussing about how to write a resume, as crafting a well-designed resume is crucial for the job applicants. So we will discuss the key components of a resume and how to present your skills and experience to the employer. So moving on to the module number 3, that is spoken skills. So this chapter completely focuses on the spoken skills, which are vital for face-to-face conversation in the effective business setting. So we will be studying what are spoken skills and other factors included under spoken skills. Then we will be looking what are conducting presentation. So presentation is a common form of business communication. So we will learn how to prepare and deliver an effective presentation so that will captivate the minds of the audience, and the important spoken skills in a business setting. For example, debates, speeches and interview needs lot of practice and preparation. So we will explore the techniques to participate in debates and how to give effective speeches, as well as how confidently we can face the interviews. Coming to the group discussion is often used in a professional setting or a business organization to exchange ideas and take decisions. So here we will discuss the various dynamics of group discussions. Then we will study what are the barriers to effective communication and ways to overcome them. So barriers, that means the hurdles to effective communication. So some of the barriers may be, the hurdles or the misunderstanding may happen due to cultural differences or psychological barriers or language differences, etc. And also we will explore the ways to overcome the barriers. Then we will study the importance of listening. In communication, communication is not all about speaking, but also a good communicator should be a good listener. Effective communication also involves good listening as well as developing effective listening skills. Then your last chapter is all about non-verbal communication, where we will be studying about the non-verbal communication. That means the exchange of ideas or knowledge or information or having interaction without using words. For example, maybe nodding your head or crossing your arms or smiling, etc. So here we have body language and kinesthetic. Body language, facial expressions or gestures or postures play an important form of non-verbal communication. So here we will learn how to interpret the body language and communicate effectively. The vocal elements of communication. It may be tone or pitch or the volume of your voice or while you speak, as these elements can significantly impact the meaning of the message. So we will explore how to use para language to enhance the communication. Then we will study about the sign language and various virtual and audio elements that are used for communication. Then the different channels of communication as well as the types of communication, that is formal and informal communication. Coming to the skill development activities, it includes collection of various model business letters. Here the students have to collect various model business letters which help them to understand the different structure and form of the business letters and also the various types of business letters that are used in a professional setting. Then it involves reading of various business report, minutes and its analysis. This will help the students to understand and interpret the information better, and it will help them how to effectively communicate in a professional setting. And it also helps them to know how a business communication happens, particularly in meetings and in the presentation of various reports. So how the business communication takes place in a business organization. So presentation of reports and charts. This activity will help the students to learn or improve how to present the information and also convey the information visually. Then the mock interview sessions will prepare the students for the real life interviews as well as virtual resume preparation, where they can learn how to create a effective resume. So by the end of this course, you will have a comprehensive understanding about what is business communication is all about and what are the skills necessary in order to communicate in a professional environment. Then the marks details of the subject business communication is as follows, where it includes 40 marks from your internal assessment and 60 from the semester end examination, where the 40 marks is from your internals, consisting 20 marks from continuous and comprehensive evaluation and 20 marks from internal assessment test and 60 marks from semester end examination. Then minimum marks for a pass percentage is 35%. In the semester end exam, you have to score 21 out of 60 marks, and in total you have to score 40 out of 100 marks to pass. Then your internal marks pattern will be like this, where your internal assessment test consists of 3 parts. The time duration given to the internal test is 1 hour 30 minutes and it will be for 30 marks, where part A consists of 2 questions carrying 5 marks and you need to answer any one of the question, and part B consists of 2 questions carrying 10 marks and you need to answer any one of the question. In part C, you will be given 2 questions carrying 15 marks and you need to answer any one of the question. Then your total internal marks will be for 30 marks, where unit 1 and unit 2 will be given for your first internals and unit 3 for your second internals and unit 4 for your third internals. And the final marks will be awarded on the average of these 3 internals. Then coming to your question paper pattern. So in the question paper, you will have 3 parts. It's for 60 marks, where part A consists for 10 marks and part B you will have questions for 20 marks and in part C you will have for 30 marks. So total 60 marks will be there for your external or semester end examination. Then some of the books for reference includes Danish Morphy on Better Business Communication, Shutter on Written Executive Communication, Gartisite Model Business Letters, then Kaul and Asha on Business Communication, then K.K. Ramachandran on Business Communication. Hence, this was all about your introduction class on the subject Business Communication. Hope you have all have understood. Thank you.